Mm. Good evening and welcome to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Thank you to our affiliates, World Vibe Radio, BiggsRadio.com. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget, in our last hour, we do a little thing we call foreplay. Four songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. If you have one in mind, leave it on Facebook. If you have my Facebook page, or if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you can leave it right there at Al Greer. That's Al, Greer. All right. And, I'd be happy to play your songs. For those of you who saw the verses, that's the Earth, Wind, and Fire versus um, the Isley Brothers. I got a little treat for you tonight. So keep it here to Bedtime Stories, right here on the internet, where it belongs. We play the greatest love songs of all time. Here's Webster Lewis, The Love You Give to Me, with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. Captain Owens, you're the first one to chime in. My man, you must have a timer on it. It's like, man, you just pop right in at 9. That's what's up. And there's Lady G, 1 and 2, and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Thank you. Good evening. I am good. I'm happy to be here. As always, I'm always happy to be here, especially with you guys. I appreciate you all. Anyway, hey, Daryl, I got a gig on Saturday. I'll be suited and masked up. Yep, I can hardly wait. Phew. Oh, Facebook woke you up and told you that I was on. Oh, okay. Yes, you did fall asleep on us. I was like, I'm hollering out. I'm like, okay, where's Ken? You know, I think Ken was knocked out too. Yep, I think everybody that was on. Thank you, Daryl. I think everybody, LT. Yeah, I think everybody that was on last night or this morning was, they were trying to force themselves to stay awake. So, but once again, I appreciate you all for staying up with me in the first place. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ooh, I forgot to bring my sandwich downstairs. Ooh, shame on me. Well, I have a choice: tuna or smoked turkey. So one of them I will snatch out of the refrigerator. So you start at 5 a.m. Oh, no wonder. Your schedule's kind of jacked up like mine, I guess. Well, yours is probably more consistent. Mine is like, up and down and all over the place. Lisa Miller, what's going on, Lisa? Lisa. Yes, smoked turkey. Smoked turkey, yes. What's going on, Lisa? Oh, off Sunday and Monday. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a more consistent. Mine is like, okay, Monday and Tuesday I'm at VON from 10 to 6 a.m., 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Off Wednesday. Work Wednesday and Thursday at VON from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Go to the second job on Thursday night, stay till 2 in the morning. So it's like mine is just all over the. Lisa said, I have a new phone, no more butt calls. Oh, because I know I look down at my phone, I'm like, oh, Lisa trying to call me. But not really. Okay.
At no extra charge.
Well, I hope you still have my number in your no more butt phone. So, in that versus the Earth, Wind, and Fire versus the Ozzy Brothers, just curious. Do you really think there was a winner in there? Or do you just think, it was just a good show? It was a good, thank you, Daryl. You really think it was just a good show and not a competition? Because I don't look at it. Oh, look at that. Hey, stranger, what's going on? It's Swiss chocolate. She said, hey. Like, hey. LT said, no, it was just a good show. And that's what it was to me. It wasn't a, quote unquote competition. I think they both did a great job. But I especially love the fact that Ernie Isley brought his two guitars with him. I think that made the difference. I don't know about you all, but yeah, I kind of think that made the difference between the two of the groups. Maybe Earth, Wind, and Fire wasn't properly prepared. Maybe, could be. But definitely, the Isley Brothers wasn't playing. And there's not been a day since. Here it is Wednesday. And I'm still seeing pictures of Ron Isley with that beard. I'm like, okay. You know, kind of making me want to, go gray, right? No? Okay. Now I'm keeping mine just the way it is. Salt and pepper, more pepper than salt. I'm like, gone with your bad self. Mr. Isley, Mr. Biggs. Yep. I think this new image that Ron has carved out for himself. Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling it. Yeah, but yeah, Ron Isley, you kind of got to give it to him. Fur coat and all, and it looked like the same fur coat that he's had for years. Oh. But furs never go bad if you take care of them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But Ernie was in rare form. He was in rare form. I was like, okay. He was killing them. I'm sorry, not Ronnie. Ernie was killing them. Ernie with those two Fender Stratocasters, custom made, custom built. I was like, okay. And is it to me? To me, it looked like Earth, Wind, and Fire were out of their. Can I borrow a word? They were out of their element. The elements, Earth, Wind, and Fire. It looked like they were kind of out of their element. It's like Ralph Johnson never sang a day in his life until Maurice died. So now he's all up front, like, okay. Too bad Verdine couldn't do all those leads, The Isley Brothers, For the Love of You, featuring Ron Isley, a.k.a. Mr. Biggs, a.k.a. Cat Daddy. For the Love of You, right here on Bedtime Stories. For those of you who saw the verses, you know the drill, right? Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Isley Brothers. And once again, I don't look at it as being a competition. I look at it as being kind of like a history lesson. All of those songs, they got what, 20 songs a piece or something like that. It was more of a history lesson. Lady G said, aka old ass pimp. And I can't be mad at Mr. Isley. He got a 44-year-old wife. Go on, Ryan, with your bad self. Ernie didn't come to play. He brought both of his guitars with him. And it was just, man. As much as I love Earth, Wind, and Fire, they just look like they just weren't prepared for what Ernie Isley had in his gig bag. I'm just saying. But it was a great show. It was a great show nonetheless. Hello to Lady G, also to Captain Daryl Owens and Felicia Lucas Miles, my sister from another mister. Here's a classic from Hiroshima, or do you say Hiroshima? This is Dada on Bedtime Stories. Dada. Well, thank you. You're always welcome to tune in. You know, it's all good in the hood. Gloria Scales Brown, good evening. Oh, ain't that cute? Sukiyaki is next. Yeah, I was thinking ahead. I'm like, okay, what's going to come behind that song? And of course, Sukiyaki by Taste of Honey, which is a, one of those songs, Anyway, hello, Gloria Scales Brown with the pretty nails. Good to have you all here this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Anybody have an idea who you want to hear for foreplay? I bet I know. Let me guess. Isley Brothers, Earth, Wind, and Fire, The Spinners. Yeah, The Spinners. There you go. Spinners are on tonight for the spotlight on the B-side. So I saw that Lady G already commented. I said, The Spinners. And she said, yay, jumping for joy. Today was Billie Holiday's birthday. She would have been 102 today. I saw her movie with Andra Day. And that movie was powerful. It was really powerful. It wasn't no Lady Sings the Blues. It wasn't no, it was just basically the same ending, except they didn't show Diana in the hospital, handcuffed to the bed. But I was like, whoa. Andra Day did do an excellent job. She did an excellent job. She sounded a lot like Billie Holiday, not only in the singing, but the talking. So, but man, it was one of those movies where they finally got a match. On some movies they try to match up a human being, and it's like, ooh, they don't look like who they supposed to be playing. Case in point, Jamie Foxx, when he did Ray, he looked like Ray. I'm waiting for them to do a Sam Cooke movie or a Marvin Gaye movie. They're gonna have to find somebody that looks like them to actually pull it off. I mean, they'd have to be an excellent actor. Not so much a good singer, but yeah. But Andra Day did her thing, boy. She did her thing. Yep. She captured Billy's essence completely, right down to the vocals and the mannerisms. Yeah, she did. She absolutely did. And wasn't afraid to take her clothes off in the movie. She did, they had a comparison on YouTube saying that, that these things really happened, that she stripped in front of the people to take her. And that actually happened. She stripped down in front of them. Wasn't no shame in her game. But all in all, it was a great performance. For her first time out as an actress, she did her thing. And they said she did all of the vocals. Now, normally, with the exception of Lady Sings the Blues, normally they have recordings of those people. Case in point, Rocket Man, the Elton John story, Bohemian Rhapsody, which was the Queen story. So the actors didn't actually sing, they just lip sank. So, but yeah, she did all the vocals on there. It was like, whoa. I mean, even though, Diana did her thing on there, but Diana sounded like Diana. Diana didn't sound like Billie Holiday. So, yep, I think that was the difference. Audra Day was actually channeling, Billie Holiday. So, but all in all, it made for a great performance. Sometimes you forget that you're watching a movie and you think you're watching a documentary. So, Angie Jones, what's going on, Angie Jones? I got to thank you while you're here. I get your messages every day. And I appreciate them. Thank you so much. Of course, the morning prayer and the night prayer and the music in between during the day. I thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Angela Jones. Yeah, it really it gets me through my day. It gets me started, and then at night, it's like I coast and I go to sleep, and I thank you for that. Yep. Well, yeah, that was a whole Barry Gordy thing, trying to, get his baby mama in the spotlight. Why, thank you. And goodbye to you too. Taste of honey and sukiyaki right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Angela Jones, whose work, I got to say, whose work did I first notice on the B-sides. Every morning she would post something on the B-siders page. And I would be like, oh, okay, I like this. And then she would post a nightly message of prayer, and I got to tell her while she's here, I really appreciate the morning prayer and the evening prayer, and of course the music in the middle during the day. Most of the songs I think I already have or already heard, but I do appreciate it, and thank you so much, Angie Jones. To Dr. Al Greer, this is Bedtime Stories, and I appreciate you guys being on here. We were just talking about the movie on Lady Day, Miss Billie Holiday. Andra Day did an excellent job. She did a bang-up job. She did a spot-on job. Not only did she do all the acting, of course, and the mannerisms of Billie Holiday, but she sang all of the songs. She sang all of the songs. No vocal tricks or anything. She sounded like Billie Holiday. And I can't wait to get the soundtrack so I can just hear her sing as Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday would have been, I think, 103 had she lived. This is one of her songs. Good Morning Heartache from Billie Holiday. Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Good morning, heartache. Yeah, I know, right, Daryl? Great prayers. You know, and I don't mind telling you, Angie, I'm tempted to steal some of them for Sunday, like, just in case I'm called on to say something, as a deacon at the church, I'm like, please don't let them call on me. I don't want to, but that's just it. When you pray, the words that come out of your mouth should be from your heart, what you really feel. But, normally it's not my thing to get up there and pray. Maybe I need to do it more often if I'm called upon, but till then, I'll just be sitting upstairs in the DJ booth. Good Lord. The sound booth, because we moved into a new church. We're over on 99th and Winston. We were at 108th and King Drive. So we're getting closer. So first we were east and now we are west on Winston. So we are west of, what is that, Halstead and Vincent. We're west of Vincennes. So if you guys ever want to stop by and say hi, service starts at 12:45 on Sunday. We are known as Build Up. We're inside of another Zion Lutheran church, but they have opened their arms to us and opened their house of worship to us, and we really appreciate it. So, yeah. So once again, if you guys want to stop by and say hi, we are at 9901 South Winston, and service starts at 12:45 on Sunday. Hey, sis. Speaking of which, that's the First Lady that you see, Mary Claiborne, also known as the First Lady, also known as Mary Claiborne Handy. And I guess you just saw my announcement or just heard my announcement. So, but you all are welcome to stop by anytime and praise and worship with us. That's every Sunday, 1245, 9901 South Winston, not Western. If you go to Western, you've gone too far. We're on Winston. So about a block away from St. Margaret's, which is where the Dusty Record Conventions used to be back in the day. So once again, if you guys are doing anything, stop by. We're a nice little congregation, a nice small congregation. So you don't have to worry about social distancing because and it's weird because everybody got their same seats back that they did or that they had in the other church. So it's kind of cool, Except with me, I'm sitting all the way in the back upstairs. I got to run back and forth, running the camera and actually my phone and running the sound. So trust me, on Sunday I will have on gym shoes. So come on by and see us. 9901 South Winston, 9901 South Winston, Sunday, 1245. In the words of the late Wayne Fields, you be there. That was my guy, boy, I tell you. That was my guy. Yep, but how was you guys' day? I hope you had a nice day. Hope you got a chance to get outside and suck up some of this good weather. I should have I should have said while I had 7 people watching me to share the video. So share the live video. Just hit share, okay? I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I should have said that earlier when I had like 7, 8 people on here, because I'm sure they would have done that before they left. So you do great work on Sunday. Thank you, Captain Owens. The late great Billie Holiday. God bless the child that's got his own. Once again, Audra Day did a fantastic job of recreating the life of Billie Holiday. Big ups to Lee Daniels, who directed it. Of course, he was the director of the Empire series. Man, I sure missed that. To Dr. Al Greer, saying hello to my sister from another mister. Well, actually, both of them, Felicia Lucas Miles and Mary Claiborne Handy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Coming up in our last hour, we do a little thing we call foreplay. 4 songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. And if you have one in mind, let me know. I'll be happy to play their songs. Here's the main ingredient and spinning around on Bedtime Stories. Angie Watkins, what's going on? What's going on, Angie? Long time no see, Angie. Make sure you share the video. Just hit share, okay, ladies and gentlemen? Do it now. Well, I got 9 people here. Share this. This hit share, okay? Uh-oh, the troops are back, I tell you. My roommates. Yo, Angie. Heck, all the Angies are here tonight. You hit share. Thank you, Sheila. Hey, Sheila. Angie, make sure you hit share, okay? Daryl did it. Sheila did it. Make sure you do it too, Angie. Hit share. Well, make sure you all hit share, like right now. Right now. But anyway, back to Audra Day and that fantastic portrayal of Billie Holiday. Like Lady G said, you know, she had down her mannerisms and everything, you know, right down to the smoking. She did a lot of smoking in that movie. Yeah, I loved all of the singing scenes because, you know, she, how can I put it? She became Billie Holiday. You know, she became Billie Holiday in that movie. You know, I keep saying this was not Lady Sings the Blues at all. You know, this was some hardcore stuff. Yep, this movie was hardcore. This the difference between hardcore porn and soft porn. This was hard porn. This was the real deal. You know, this was the real story. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, but Sheila posted her new hairstyle. She got fire engine red. I'm like, you go, girl. Fire engine red. Yeah, she does deserve an Oscar on that. Yes, she does. Absolutely. She did a great job. A wonderful job. I think she got a Golden Globe Award, if I'm not mistaken, for that portrayal. And they said she had never acted, but she pulled it off. She really did. You know, she really pulled it off. And and I don't know if you noticed, but there was this light-skinned guy in the movie. That was Diana Ross's son, Evan Ross. So it was interesting to see him in the movie. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, he was in the movie. I'm like, okay. And I'm sure that Miss Ross was proud of her son being in that movie. And I'm sure he had to, you know, audition like everybody else. I'm sure there was no favoritism or anything, you know. It's like, yeah, why don't you put my son in the movie? Anyway, Lady G said, yeah, I saw that little knucklehead. But they all use the name Ross. You know, Tracy Ellis Ross. Little Anthony and the Imperials, and help me find a way to say I love you. It's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories on WOSDRadio.com, BiggsRadio.com, and World Vibe Radio. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and we really appreciate it. For those who are on Facebook Live right now that's watching me, please remember to share the live video. Just hit share. Sheila Forrest has done it. Lady G has done it. And Daryl Owens. Just make sure you hit share. Hello to Angie Watkins, Angie Jones, and any other Angies that I forgot. That's it. Angie Watkins, Angie Jones, Angie Martin Turner, my other sister. Thank you so much to the Angies. You all should start an Angie club right there. How about that? You know, Angie Club, or, just simply Al's Gals. That would be cool too. It's Luther Ingram, the original Luther. Ain't That Lovin' You on Bedtime Stories. Said he has a great future in acting. Also co-starred in ATL and Fox's Star. Yep, he sure did. I'm like, gone with your bad self. She has some talented kids over there, I tell you. We've been watching Tracy Ellis Ross for years, on Girlfriends and on Blackish. I'm like, she's what's up. I just got news that we're not on World Vibe Radio tonight, WVRO. We're not on there tonight. I just did, Gerald. I got you. Brother, just get well. Don't worry about me. I'll be there next week. God willing, and the creek don't rise. So, get me next week. It's cool. Yeah. Also, get well, Alvin Washington, a.k.a. Vince Brown. Last week, this time, he went to the hospital. So he had to go back. They took fluid off his body. I was like, wow. So, please, prayers going out to Alvin Washington Jr., a.k.a. Vince Brown. Come home soon. And take it easy. But Gerald Kelly, don't worry about it. We good. We good. I understand. All right, we got 12 people. Share the live video now. Share it now. Hit share. Share and share alike. Or Sunny and share alike if you'd like. Okay, cool. But once again, sending prayers to Alvin Washington Jr., a.k.a. Vince Brown in the morning, because radio is his life. So he is my right-hand man. He programs the radio station. And, he makes it do what it do. And I appreciate him. He also does Dinah Lynn Biggs' station in the morning. So we need him around. We really do. Yeah, we need him. Yep. Yep. Once again, make sure you all send your prayers out. Um, Once again, thank you to Angie Jones, who leaves those prayers on the B-Sides page every morning, and she personally sends them to me on Messenger. Like I said, I read them every morning and every night before I go to bed. Thank you so much. It is much appreciated. Yep. It starts my day off well, and it ends my day on a great note. Because in the middle of the day, I don't mind telling you guys, I don't have much to do since I'm, basically by myself. I mean, I have roommates and everything else, but you know, we got room. They stay in their room, I stay in my room, and then that's it. Everybody, basically lives their own life, so it's kind of cool. I chalk it up to being like at a dorm. You know, everybody does their own thing at a dorm room, so or a building, a dorm building. So this is probably the closest I'll ever come to going away to school, going away to college. So, but anyway, now I dropped down to 7. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, we're still good. See the little banner at the bottom? It says Bedtime Stories with Dr. Al. Donations are welcome. I'm not going to push that tonight because remember last time um, we had a gentleman on, and he was bragging about what he had and everything else, and I I salute brothers that have their own. God bless the child has got his own. But yeah, Mary Taylor, good to see you. I'm doing well. How about yourself? Make sure you share that video. Okay, just hit share so your peoples can see it. But I'm good, Mary Taylor. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you. You know, I say this all the time, and you guys probably think this is an act, but I do. I wouldn't do what I do if I wasn't appreciated, and if I didn't appreciate you guys. I'd still be laying in the bed watching the Dean Martin celebrity roasts. Those are some funny shows. I saw the roast with, let's see, Dennis Weaver. They had a roast for Red Fox. I mean, so on and so forth. But my thing was they had the same people on there all the time. Nipsey Russell. People that didn't have nothing to do with the people who were on the dais, except for when Red Fox was on. They had like Slappy White, LaWanda Page, people like that. People that had actually worked with Red Fox, Nipsey Russell, but it was cool. That's right. Prayers going up for Vince Brown in the morning. Yep, they said they took him home and he couldn't walk. But I chalk that up to, when you're in a hospital bed for those many days, then your legs kind of give out. So, yeah, your legs kind of give out. So, because I remember when I was in the hospital with the kidney stones. Woo, Lord. Them kidney stones, I tell you, that wore me out. I think I was in there for almost a week. It was around Christmas time. That I remember because it was around Christmas and my birthday, and I wanted to go home. I was pissed that I was in the hospital on Christmas, you know. But I remember getting out of there, and I could not walk. From the album Chocolate Chip, that is Black Moses, Isaac Hayes, and Come Live With Me right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Uh, as I stated earlier that we were on World Vibe Radio. Actually, we're not on World Vibe Radio tonight, but we'll be next week. So, yeah. But that's okay. We're still on bigsradio.com. So, and of course, WOST Radio. And we're on Facebook. So, we're doing great. I can't complain. I can't complain at all. I always wanted a syndicated show. When I first heard that Tom Joyner was leaving WGCI to do a syndicated show, they begged him to stay. Oh, my goodness. And he left. But, of course, he was doing the fly jock thing. And then Doug Banks had the idea he wanted to do it, too. And he had a syndicated show for a while. So, yep, syndication seems to be the way to go these days. That is, if you're strong in syndication. Rick Party did it. Ricky Smiley, of course, Steve Harvey. All these syndicated people. And my thing is some of the comedians are doing a lot better than us DJs, us radio personalities. But that's okay. They making all the money. They are making all the money. Even Keith Sweat with his anyway. Yeah, baby. What can I say for you? Let me leave Keith Sweat alone in this sweaty hotel. It's full of Simon. Betcha by golly, wow. It's Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio and bigsradio.com. Get well, Vince Brown. Get well. There's a spark of magic in your eyes. What you say? Keith Sweat sound like a Billy go. Yeah, what can I play for you? Yeah, baby, what's up? Sound like a pimp. That's what he does sound like. What you say? Keep it real out there. Keep it real. Can't take nothing away from him, but I know in my heart of hearts I can do a much better show. The person that they took off to put Keith Sweat on did an excellent show, and that was Chris Michaels. Of course, I can say that because I helped train him. He is the son of Richard Pegee. So Chris was doing a bang-up job and before they let him go. But, yeah, he'd been there for years. Actually, he started at GCI and went to V103 and didn't miss a beat. Didn't miss a beat. So I got to say that I am truly proud of Chris Michaels. He stepped out from behind his dad's shadow to do his own thing, which was just Fantastic. Great job. Fantastic job. What happened to Chris? They let him go over at V103 after having the greatest ratings that V103 has ever had. Just the greatest ratings. For somebody who had never been in radio, oh man. Yep, they let Chris go a couple of years ago, as a matter of fact, right before the pandemic. But had an excellent show. Excellent. Which is funny because one night I can remember I was in a gas station and they had the radio on and I thought it was me and it was him. I'm like, okay. So, of course, he calls me Uncle Al. So I was like, nephew, you were killing it. You, man. Yeah, he's still here in Chicago, but he's doing, you can look for him doing a podcast. So, yep, V103 didn't want to pay him all that money. That's what it was. They didn't want to pay him that money. You know, whenever, and they can cut me off of this or whatever. It's whenever somebody starts making too much money up there, they cut them. So, yep. They let them go. And that's only the urban stations. If somebody gets too big on the urban stations, they did it with Chris Michaels. They did it with Rick Party, and that's it. You know, that's how they stay in business for so long. But they wouldn't dare do that to the other stations, the Caucasian stations. They will, nope. Won't do that to them. That ain't gonna happen. But we always get the shaft. We always get the shaft. You know, we have radio personalities out there that are out of work. They are out of work because, you know, they don't keep us around. I know of 4 WVON good guys who should be on the radio right now. Joe Cobb, Cecil Hale, Jay Johnson. Well, Jay is on the radio. And they should be on the radio. You know, Butterball. You know. Gone Phyllis. Phyllis Hyman, Betcha by Golly Wow. On WOSD DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis. It's your Dr. Al Greer, flipping the 45s and playing the beats. Good Lord. I knew I was going to make that mistake one of these days. Anyway, now a word from our sponsors so I don't mess up no more. There we go. Now we're official. Shout out to Metro by T-Mobile, our sponsor. Yeah, my first blooper. Thank you, Sheila. It's your Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Mary Taylor. Thanks for checking in. It's a Bedtime Stories. Can I say it again? Bedtime Stories. Here's the first of two in a row from the Isleys. Yes, my first blooper, Sheila. I'm like, oh, where's that coming from? Oh, it slipped. But, you know, I do I do the B-sides 5 nights a week, and I do bedtime stories 4 nights a week, but actually live 1 night a week, which is Wednesday. So let me run upstairs and get my sandwich right quick. Oh, oh, good God. Good night, Mary Taylor. Thank you. Thank you for doing what you do. Well, thank you. And I enjoy what I do, Mary Taylor. Trust me, I enjoy what I do. You know, people always ask me, what else would you do if you weren't on the radio? I don't know. I don't know what else I would do. You know, I cannot think of what I would do. I don't know. Maybe sell insurance. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I'm seriously. Good night, Mary. Again, thank you again. I appreciate you. So Mary's friends with all the DJs. And that's cool. I see her on other pages, which is cool. I ain't gonna fuss about it. Nothing to fuss about. She can be friends with anybody. And yes, I have a sandwich, ladies and gentlemen. And it is a tuna sandwich. Mmm. With hot peppers. Ah, you let it warm up a little bit. Room temperature. That's a good sandwich. Yep, that is a good sandwich. Ah, and that's some good water too. I got my what do they call this cup? I forgot what they call it. Bubba. My Bubba cup. I love my Bubba cup because it keeps the ice cold longer. I can just fill it up with ice and just let it melt. It's a great thing, I tell you. On the Versus show on Sunday, Ron Isley said most of the songs were written by Ernie Isley, and they were all dedicated to women because they were all about uplifting women. And I'm all about uplifting women too. I'm not going to say where I want to lift them, but anyway, it's. But seriously, all of the songs that you hear, most of them were written by Ernie himself. What they did was they gave songwriting credit to all of them. That way, that they could, draw money and still take care of themselves. Which I thought was a noble thing. Everybody got songwriting credit, whether they wrote something or not, which is a cool thing. I like that. The Isley Brothers at your best, right here on Bedtime Stories, with your Dr. Al Greer, keeping you company with the greatest love songs of all time. Like this one recorded right here in Chicago by Heaven and Earth. This is Guess Who's Back in Town. It's your peanut butter brother, that's who. Been away. You see, I was Ken Wadlington. What's going on, sir? Welcome to the party. I see you fell asleep last night on us, but that's okay. Don't forget to share the video, though. Always good to see you. Yeah. Yep, we're always glad to have you aboard. Mm-hmm. Look at me looking like an old man eating a sandwich with no teeth. Mm-mm. Leah Shores, what's going on, Leah? How are you, Leah? Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to share the video on your page. Just hit share. Yep. Hit share and just leave it there. Good old water. Become a Sonia Jackson. What's up, cuz? Long time no see. I guess when this pandemic kind of calms down, and everybody gets vaccinated, we're gonna have a big old party, maybe a reunion or something, a picnic, something. I can't wait. Things are good, cuz. How about you? Hey, baby. I'm waiting for Pamela Mahogany Clemens to check in. She had some information for an apartment. You know, I mean, not that I have to move right away, but just in case. I like to be on top of things. I like to be, safe but not sorry. Said you hanging. That's all right. That is good to know that you're still around. I'm a long, long ride, and I wanna know, baby, can you sacrifice? Tell him goodbye. I love that line in the song. If you got another guy, tell him goodbye. He shouldn't be on my side of the bed anyway. Yes, I like being on top of things. Yes. That's right, Sonia. God is good all the time. All the time. You know, like we always say, we don't look like what we've been through. So, yeah, we don't look like we've been through. We don't look like what we've been through, which is a cool thing. I can come stay with you, no problem. Okay. No, what? Uh, well, send me a message. Tell me where you live, because because last time you saw me, I was at the Montclair. Yep. I don't think the Montclair wants me back. They went through all that trouble to get me in the building, only for me to leave 2 months later. So, yep, yep. But I was like, wow. And don't get me wrong, I loved my little studio apartment. It was great. I loved it. Yeah. I wish I could have kept it and the place that I moved to. I would have always had a place to crash. That's like when you have a extra car, you put one car in the shop and you drive the other one while the other one's in the shop. Yeah, you always have a backup, you know. Yeah. I know. And don't worry, Lady G. I could have kicked my own butt for that. You know, I mean, they jumped through hoops to get me in that building, only for me to leave. So I know you did. I know. Because I was staying with Lady G and wasn't supposed to be in the building. I had keys and everything, and I wasn't even supposed to be there. And then, of course, I ended up moving out, moving out of her apartment and into my own, only to stay for like a couple of months. So, but yeah, um, she put her residency on the line to let me stay there. And again, of course, I still appreciate it because it was like I had nowhere else to go at that point. So, Yeah, she didn't put her whole address up there. Okay. In Riverdale. I'm in Dalton. Okay. You might want to inbox me that because you might have a lot of people coming to your crib. But inbox me that. I know you still got my. Let me hide that. There you go. But yeah, send that to me privately. Now everybody know where you live. I know they should have gave you she was crying and everything. He's got nowhere else to go. It was like almost, what was that scene in what was that movie with Richard Gere and Lou Gossett? I got nowhere else to go. You know. So what am I doing in your hood? Looking for somewhere else to live at this point. Yep. Like I said last night, I just need either a basement apartment, a 1 bedroom, this cheap, or a studio apartment. And I forgot who it was. It's like, oh, $500 a month. Oh, you want to live with the roaches? I'm like, no, some nice places, you know, that are $500 a month. Especially for seniors. Some people can get those apartments. Officer and a gentleman, thank you. Yeah, I got nowhere else to go. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But yep, basement apartment will do fine for me. I just need somewhere to hang up my clothes. That's it. and somewhere to sleep. Two in a row from heaven and earth. That is, I only have eyes for you. Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Before that, Guess Who's Back in Town? Also by Heaven and Earth. Hello to Phyllis Hooper. She said, are you on WVON? I will be at midnight. I sure will. Yep, via the magic of radio. I will be I'm in 2 places at one time. I go off the air here at midnight, and then I appear there 8 minutes later. 8 minutes after midnight, then I'm on WVON. So you can check me out either or. Anyway, Sonia Jackson, my cousin, she said I might have a house for sale. A house? Okay. I got a whole finished basement. I don't know if I need a whole house, but we'll talk, cuz. We'll talk. It's Michael Henderson, who used to play with Miles Davis and, Norman Connors. He went solo and he made this song. This is Let Me Love You. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and this is Bedtime Stories. What you said? Can Al come back there? No. Mm-mm. That's right. All you can do is ask. I still have my parking sticker in my window of my truck. I sure do. That's what I liked about being over there. You know, it was, I could park in the lot and don't have to worry about the popos coming in the lot, checking for plates and all that stuff. It was quiet. It was out of the way. It was away from the rest of the rigmarole. What they call an Avalon Park. Are you always live at this time on FB? Yes, I am. On Wednesdays. Now, Monday and Tuesday, I'm on at midnight. Yep. So you need the help? Okay. No problem. No problem. Yep. Yeah, Lady G has been there because I was like, I wasn't sure about being in there. She said, oh, yeah, they take them at 55. I'm like, wait a minute, a senior building at 55? Normally, you have to be 65 to get in the senior building. So I was like, a senior building? They take them at 55. So when I moved in there, I wish you had stayed instead of moving to Park Forest. Well, Claude Young, what's going on, Frosty? Well, Ken, that's a delicate story. But the thing was, I wanted to start anew. I thought I did. So, it didn't work out. So, no ill feelings. I got kicked out. So no ill feelings or anything else, and that's just it. If you all noticed, I'm not that kind of guy. I hardly get angry. I think I got angry earlier today because my computer was running so daggone slow. But otherwise, I hardly get upset about stuff. So I remember when I first got kicked out. And then I remember when I got kicked out again, I remember sitting on the porch waiting for somebody to get me. And it was cold outside at the time. And I was just sitting there waiting for somebody to get me. And finally, I moved into an apartment on 73rd and Dante. I stayed there for 3 months. 3 months. And then they condemned the apartment. When I say they condemned it, it was a green, one of them green stickers on there. It was like, oh, Lord. And that was it. And I had to go. That was on 73rd and Dante. And this was, I think, did I have the truck then? I had the truck, but the truck wasn't running. Remember that, Ken? And then I got the truck running and then ended up moving around the corner with Lady G, where I stayed until I moved to Park Forest. But yeah. But I know Frosty got a building that I could stay in, at least the basement that I could, It was 2018 when you called me. Wow. You wasn't paying rent, were you? I was paying rent at an apartment, and Lady G can tell you, I was paying rent for a basement apartment. It was on 73rd and Dante. And the guy that rented it out to me, he was a bishop who had a church. It was a nice apartment. Little did I know that apartment had been underwater at one time. So there was all types of mold in the walls, which I developed eczema from the mold being in the walls. And yes, I was paying rent there, Phyllis. I was paying $500 a month for a basement apartment that had 2 bedrooms. It was cool. It was decked out. You know, at a it had it was a basement apartment. It had 2 bedrooms, a shower. I mean, everything. It was, the only thing it was missing was a kitchenette, but I had access to the laundry room. So, but yep, it was on 73rd and Dante. And I came home one day and there was a nail in the door. It said, "Do not go in here, you'll be trespassing." Of course, I went in there anyway to see, I'm like, my stuff is in here. And lo and behold, I walked in there and all my stuff was gone. I almost fell out. This is a true story, Phyllis. And Lady G can back me on that. I walked in there, almost fell out. All my stuff was gone. I was shaking. I was shaking. I mean, literally just, and I called the landlord, the bishop, and he never actually told me what happened, but I figured it out. I was paying his rent. He was subleasing the basement to me and using that money to pay his own rent, which was upstairs from me. I thought it was his building. He had no business. We never signed any papers. There was no agreement. There was just, here's $500. He said, "Bring your stuff, you can move in." And I slept on an air mattress for 3 months. Sure did. And I remember that day coming home and that the building was just, it was closed. He took all my stuff, put it in his apartment. And then he tried to move me on the west side somewhere. I was like, I don't know this person. So needless to say, I stayed with Lady G. And that was it. That was it. The Whispers and Can We Talk, from their album that they did as a tribute to Babyface. Of course, Babyface wrote that song for Tevin Campbell. Can We Talk? It's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. Hello to Phyllis Hooper, who's listening right now. She heard my story that I told about the apartment that I lived in once. Over on 73rd and Dante, this is a true story. I came home one day and the place was boarded up. Somebody had put a nail in the door and I couldn't get in the house. Well, I had been at this particular apartment for 3 months, was paying $500 a month to someone that I thought was trustworthy. I really did. And I was just, excuse my language, but I pissed away $1,500 for something that wasn't even mine and wasn't his either to be renting out in the first place. That was on 73rd and Dante. So, but thank God for Lady G, who let me stay in her apartment, even though she almost got kicked out herself. So, but everything worked out. I ended up going to Park Forest after I moved into my own apartment in in the Montclair. So, yep. What goes around, what comes around, what goes around comes around. That's what I got to say. But yeah, just crazy, crazy times of Al Greer. One of these days, I'm gonna write a book. Hello to George Henderson, photographer extraordinaire. Thanks for checking in to Bedtime Stories. Here's more from the Whispers. This is I Want to Know Your Name on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. You almost remind me of HK with his story. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Claude. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. What's the foreplay? I don't know. You tell me. Lynn Rose said, how long have you been saying write a book? I've been saying that for a while. And I swear I'm going to write a book. And the book sales is going to buy me a house. And that's it. I'll never be kicked out again. Yep, I'm gonna take the money from that book, and I'm gonna buy a house, and that's it. Mm-mm. But my thing was always, y'all leave me alone about that book. But I always said I didn't want a house by myself. I thought that would just be just selfish to be in a whole big old house all by myself and not have somebody with me. So I think that's why I scaled down in my last years. I always, unless I was married to somebody, I didn't want a house. I really didn't. I didn't want all those rooms. I don't want to walk through a big old house by myself. I thought that would be, one of the loneliest things. How do you listen to the music? You can go on TuneIn and type in WOSD radio, and it comes up on TuneIn. That's how you can hear the music. Because if I play the music on Facebook, they'll cut me off. So, yep, you got to go to either TuneIn, the TuneIn app, or download our app from the Amazon Play Store, Amazon App Store. And that way you'll be able to hear us. Otherwise, if I turn the music up, they'll cut me off. So that's it. So we can get a house together. Leah has plans for me. Unfortunately, Leah, I'm not looking to get into a relationship with anyone, so yep, can't do that. Yep, not trying to get into a relationship. I did the house together thing, and that didn't work out. So, so the only thing, my only option at this point is to rent. Kick it in somebody's basement. Basement apartment. Whatever. I have to be, by myself, and that's it. On top of that, Leah, I'm still married legally, so I'm not looking to get into a relationship with anyone, unfortunately. Unfortunately for you all, you know, I'm perfectly fine with being, the way things are right now. And if at any point my wife wants me to come home, then I will. And that's it. But at this point, no, not trying to start no relationship with anyone. I appreciate the offer, but if it has anything attached to it, like a relationship, then I have to say no. You know, I have to say no. But thank you anyway for the offer. But if I can come and go as I wish and have my own keys and you know and that's it, that's the only way it's going to go down. So once again, share the live video on your page. Yeah, I'm an open book when it comes to my, some of my private life, but that's really sacred to me. And for those who know me or who have known me, like um, you have a 3-bedroom apartment for $1,000 and you don't have to pay any heat. That's wonderful. Yeah. But yeah, no, I am really, when it comes to something like that, I'm usually pretty open about that stuff. But yeah, but I don't know any other way to put it. But that popular song by Bobby Blue Bland, I think she's put something in my food. And that's it. $1,000 and you don't have to pay heat. If I had $1,000, I tell you, that would be wonderful. $1,000 a month. Mm, I will, yeah. A 3-bedroom apartment for $1,000. That's a little steep for me, but I will let you know. But I don't need 3 bedrooms. 3 bedrooms is 2 bedrooms too many. Yep. 2 bedrooms too many. Although I could use one room as a studio, but Be right back. He's back. Whenever you're ready, come and go as you please. Lady G has left the chat. Come back, Lady G. Come back. Yep, but I had plans for the townhouse in Park Forest. I wanted to, actually put a real studio in the house, as well as fix up the basement and make it, the man cave. But your grandson is there. Oh, all right. Yep, I had plans for that place. For Miss Delicious, Blue Magic and Spell, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for joining us. Sheila Forrest, once again, who is still celebrating her birthday, Sheila, with her red hair. Phyllis Hooper, thanks for checking in. And it's always Lady G, I appreciate you. I just want to know what happened to Captain Darrell Owens. He was here a few minutes ago, and then he just dipped out, probably at his favorite watering hole with his favorite bartender, whomever she is. Well, have fun, brother. Have fun. Coming up in a few minutes, about 10 minutes, we're going to do foreplay. Don't have an artist yet, but LT asked me, okay, who we got for foreplay? I'm like, anybody you want. I'm down with that. Hello to my cousin Sonia. Thanks for checking in, Sonia. I appreciate you. I'm going to hit you up on that too. You're the Four Tops tonight. I'm going to love you all over on Bedtime Stories. I said Alex Gals, and he was out of here. Your birthday is April 15th. All right, Phyllis. What are you going to do for your birthday? Are you having a party? New edition. Good idea. New edition it is. New Ed. Phyllis said Tyrone Davis. I did Tyrone Davis last night on the B-sides. She said Tyrone Davis for foreplay. Bless your heart. Yeah, we did. Tyrone last night on the B-sides. So on VON. We made love. All over. Try General Crook. Did you? Oh, no. Did you say General Crook? Claude, no, you didn't. Frosty. Come on now. See, the General Crook. Mm-mm. I don't even think General Crook had 4 good songs to play. General Crook. You went way back, didn't you, Claude? General Crook. Sheila said Babyface. That's a possibility. Fever in the Funk House. Ooh, man, you went way back. That used to be my jam. Fever in the Funk House. VON back in the day. What was that? 73, 74? Fever in the Funk House. Might have to play that on the B-sides. Fever in the Funk House. That was the jam. General Crook, boy, I tell you. If he didn't make nothing else after that, that was it. No, I can't do Phyllis. Phyllis. I'll be in here crying. Yep, I will be in here crying if I play Phyllis Hyman. Lady G, she's back. Yeah, we're gonna do what we say, Blue Magic. Good Lord, New Edition. Yep, that shoot. Phyllis said, General Crook is before your time. Fever in the Funk House. See, now I'm gonna have that song in my head the rest of the night, Frosty. Fever in the Funk House. We'll do Anita Baker next time. I promise. You never heard of Fever in the Funk House? That was the jam back then. Blue Magic, I did Blue Magic last week. Sure did. Fever in the Funk House. That's right, make you dig in them crates. Fever. Don't forget to share the live video. Just hit share. Where it says like, comment, or share, just hit share. So your friends can check me out, okay? Cool? Cool. Well, hello, Chef Kimberly. Tell me a bedtime story now. Fever in the Funk House. LT said the fever in the funk house needs to take some Motrin to lower its temperature. Claude Young, aka Frosty, DJ Frosty, he's, he's like, do General Crook, fever in the funk house. Now, you know, this is bedtime stories. This is not the B-sides. I'm going to have that song in my head the rest of the night. Fever in the Funk House by Gerald Crook. Anyway, hello to my daughter and my wife who are both on. Brianna, Cornbread Cobbins, and of course, Miss Delicious, a.k.a. the Blow Up Doll, a.k.a. Sunshine, also known as Chef Kimberly. She's on the line too. Thank you so much for being there for me. Don't forget to share the live video. We're about to go into the foreplay, but first, a word from our sponsor. Yes, daughter. Oops. Forgot to turn the mic off. All right, now we're official because we're WOSD DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, which is bigsradio.com. We're not on World Vibe tonight, but we will be next week, I promise you. Once again, hello to my daughter and my wife. She of course appears as Kimberly Bell, but we know the deal. And Brianna, Cornbread Cobbins. It's time for foreplay. They hail from Boston, Massachusetts. And that was a word I couldn't say up until a few years ago. They, of course, are known for songs like Can You Stand the Rain, Candy Girl, Not My Favorite Girl. The list goes on and on and on. They broke off into another group. They all did solo projects. They all did that, but they will always be known as New Edition. In tonight's foreplay, thank you, LT. Rosalind Moore, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Greer. How are you, cousin Selma, Alabama, in the house? Rosalind Moore, what's up, cuzzo? Can you stand the rain? In Selma, Alabama. Where it all got started. Well, welcome, cousin. Welcome to Bedtime Stories. Don't mess up the song. Okay. All right. I won't sing, Bree. I will not sing. Once again, don't forget to share the video. Just hit share where it says like, comment, and share. Just hit share and share alike. Yep. And once again, thank you for joining us on our live this evening. Uh-oh, my ice isn't melting fast enough. Oh, I love you too, cuz. Yep. Selma, Alabama. Good Lord. I haven't been out of town in so long. It's ridiculous. Last time I went out of town was December. Mm-mm. Yep, that was December. Yep, I was out of town for real. I was in Park Forest. I was out of town. Yep. Was it December where I've been? I was in Park Forest in December, remember? Yep. That's where I was. That was out of town, wasn't it? It wasn't Chicago. It was out of town for sure. Mm-mm. Yep, that was the last time I was out of town. I haven't even been to Gary. I used to go to Gary a lot. I know that ain't out of town either, but I'm just saying. Right, Disneyland. Keith D, what's going on, sir? Disneyland, yep. It's a small world after all. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, she didn't say Disneyland. Oh no. Don't forget once again to share this video, please. This live FB thingy. Yeah. Woo. You know what? And I asked for it. I can't, and I can't say nothing else. I cannot. I can't say nothing else. Disneyland. The Who. What's going on, sir? Once again, don't forget to share the video, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, daughters and mothers and wives and stuff. Mm-mm. Ah. Mm-mm. Yeah, I had to sleep with my Mickey Mouse house shoes on. So. Y'all are too much. Y'all are cutting up tonight. You all are cutting up tonight. Tonight. Mm-mm. Y'all are cutting up. But whoop. Don't be whooping my child now. That's my baby. That is my baby. So, um, open the butt whoop. So one of my coworkers at work gave me a box of chocolate covered marshmallows. Yeah, and I didn't think I was going to see my granddaughter for or my grandson for Easter. So it was like one of those Easter baskets. It was in like one of those containers where you have eggs, but they were Easter eggs covered, chocolate covered marshmallows. And I said, "This is for you." Now I was going to share them with her. In other words, I was going to eat one because I can't, too much sugar. I'll be like, you know, what's up, Kiki?
Greer on Bedtime Stories.
So I was going to help her eat them, right? Yeah, right. They said she ate all of them. I was like, my, I didn't need them. I thanked the lady for giving them to me. I was almost in tears because I wasn't expecting anything. But she gave me a whole box of chocolate covered marshmallows, which would have sent my blood sugar through the roof. Woo! I'd have been sitting there with the carton on my lap like this, chocolate all over my mouth, just unconscious. Because I love Reese cups. I love Butterfingers. Anything with chocolate and peanut butter, I love it. But chocolate covered marshmallows, man. And my baby ate all of them before she got out of the car. I gave them to her. She was sitting in the back seat of the car. And I said, "Here, this is for you." I carried her. Yes, I still carry her. Yeah. And she ate all of them. She ate them. Yeah, she's ours. Kim, that's our kid. That's the kid that. Yeah. And she ate all of them because Pawpaw gave them to her. Pawpaw gave her chocolate, so it was her chocolate. She didn't even share any with EJ, with her little brother. None. Ate them all. 5 years old. Pawpaw's baby. Well, that's my fault because from the time that she was born, I spoiled her. When they asked me in the hospital, "Would you like to hold her?" I was like, "Oh, hell yeah." I had my mask on then. She should have said, "Thank you, Easter Bunny." Oh, when I say that baby ate all of those chocolates, she ate them all because Pawpaw gave them to her. If I had told her, "Okay, eat some now and then eat the rest of them later, share some with your brother," I don't know if she would have done that either. But no, she does no wrong. From the time that she was a baby, I would hold her, and they told me, "Put her down, put her down." Every Sunday we'd come home from church. I would sit in the chair and I would rock her to sleep every Sunday. You know, I would pick her up from daycare. Some sometimes I'd drop her off and pick her up from daycare, and she'd see me and she would come running. And that was it. No, you did not tell her that and she ignored you. Well, no, you're right. Because Pawpaw gave her that candy, it was for her. It wasn't for nobody else. And that's it. Here he go about to cry. You know how I feel about my baby now. Yep. And the rest of his kids too. Yep, she does no wrong. You know. But yeah, like Brianna said, and the rest of my kids too. I always said if I ever got a house, that I was gonna let all my kids live in the house. None of the baby mamas, just the kids. So yeah. But I love my kids. I really do. And I try never to get off the phone with them unless I let them know that I love you. You talking about the daycare kids? Oh yeah, they love me too. I come in there. Naomi would lead it off by saying, "Hey, Pawpaw," and everybody else would come running too. You know, they thought I was their Pawpaw. Yep. Be cool, baby. Yeah, that be cool thing that started with my dad. He wasn't. I probably told this story before. He wasn't the touchy feely type person. So he wasn't like that. So whenever I would leave the house, I would get to the door and he would say, "Be cool." I'm like, "Oh, okay, be cool." And that was it. That was his way of saying I love you, because those words would never come out of his mouth. He would never say I love you. So I remember telling Ahmad that one day, my son, and I said, so ever since then, we've been telling each other, be cool, be cool. He started it. I told him. So that was it. And everybody else has adapted it. So when I say be cool, I actually mean I love you. And that's it. Not that I don't love you and I can't say it, because I can. But I think it's easier for some people to say be cool than I love you. That it takes a lot of it's like you're giving up a part of yourself when you say that. When you put that out there, you better mean it. And that other person that you're saying it to, they better know it, and they better love you too. Otherwise, it just isn't any good. It's just words without any feeling behind it, without any emotion behind it. So when I tell you guys I appreciate you, I really appreciate you guys. I really do. Because I could be sitting here talking to the wall right now. They made some great music back in the day. New Edition, Helplessly in Love. That song, oh man. Every time I play it, I cry. I'm glad I didn't listen to it this time, but each and every time I would play that song on the radio, I would just come back and I'd be in tears because I remember there was a time that I really felt that about someone. And I played that song and it just tugged at my heartstrings. I'm like helplessly in love. Um, what's her name? Beyonce did a Hopelessly in Love, but it wasn't anywhere close to this one. Helplessly in love. I mean, that's a hell of a feeling. I'm helplessly in love. And I felt like that at one time for someone. This was years ago, years ago. And now I see that person and it's just like, come here, you knucklehead. Hey, come here. You know, just not the same feeling anymore, if you know what I mean. Anyway, wrapping up foreplay. Thank you, LT, for that suggestion. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. To my daughter, Brianna. Lynn Rowe, thank you so much. Roslyn, what's up, cuz? Thanks for checking in to Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. For Miss Delicious, it's Blue Magic. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That's all I can do. This is another song that used to make me cry. Stop to Start. I'm like, whoa. Stop to Start puts you in the mind of break up to make up. But I love the part where they break the music down and they're just singing a cappella with that harmony of theirs. Just beautiful. Let me put this sandwich in my mouth before I start crying. Yep. Stop to Start, break up to make up. I mean, with MFSB behind you, how can you go wrong? How could you go wrong? I mean, some of the best arrangements. I mean, just beautiful song. This is the part right here. And they bring the band back in. Mother, father, sister, brother, MFSB. I mean, Ted Mills is a jerk, but his music, woo, his music is powerful. I love this one too. Tear It Down. Start over again. Mm-mm-mm. Make a brand new start. Woo! Mm, mm, mm. I wonder if Phyllis is still listening. Phyllis? We can make a brand new start. Mm. We can... Mm-mm. Woo! All gone. Lynn Rowe. What you know, Lynn Rowe? Oh, you're watching Perry Mason. All right. Mm-mm. With Raymond Burr. Mm-mm. Raymond Burr was the man back then. Perry Mason was one of the highest rated shows on CBS back in the day, along with Gunsmoke and the Beverly Hillbillies. Woo! Mm-mm. We can. Ted the Wizard Mills, along with Blue Magic, and Tear It Down, Start Over, Again. We can make a brand new start. 'Cause 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 we can Next to Stop to Start, that is one of my favorite songs from Blue Magic. Who am I kidding? I like all of them. I like Sideshow. I like, um, of course, Chasing Rainbows. I love it when he holds that note at the end on Chasing Rainbows. I have to play that before I get out of here. Your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Lynn Rowe. Thank you for checking in. She is watching Perry Mason and listening to me at the same time, which I guess I'm in good company. If you're listening to me and you're watching Perry Mason, then I'm definitely in good company because Perry Mason um, was probably one of the highest rated shows on CBS back in the day. Next to Gunsmoke and the Beverly Hillbillies. Yep. Those were the shows back in the day. CBS, the Country Broadcasting System. Here's Anita Baker for Miss Sunshine. From 1983, this is Sometimes on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Al Greer. I hear. Woo! Anita Baker. I got you. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You want to cry. Sometimes you play the fool. Don't I know that? Don't I know that? But let's not talk about my first marriage. Woo, I tell you, I bent over backwards so much I could kiss my own ass. Yeah, I bent over backwards. Woo, man. Kevin Worley, what's up, bro? How's my other family doing? My Worley family. Yep, which is or my trip to Disney. I know, right? Mm-mm. That will never happen again. Mm-mm. That's good. I'm glad to hear everybody's doing fine. Because we have lost so many people, to COVID. It's just ridiculous. But I'm glad. I'm good. I'm good, Kev. I'm just, you know, as I've gotten older, I've gotten more and more into family. And I see you guys, every function that I would DJ for you all, everybody was always together. Everybody. And that's why I say you all, next to my own family, you're one of my favorite families. And I'm glad to be a part of you guys. I really am. I really am. Yes, sir. But I really do. I love you guys. And that's for real. Even Kelly. I think Kelly likes me now. She didn't like me before, but But Katrina and I went to school together at Kennedy King, so you know we forged a friendship a long time ago. But I really thank you guys for being that outside family. You know, yep, that's what it's all about, man. It's you know when I was younger and out there, I didn't care. You know, I didn't appreciate what I had at the time because I was young. So I did not appreciate what was, in front of my face. You know, I never knew that at one time I wouldn't have my parents. I thought they'd be around forever. I thought they'd be like 100 years old, you know, but it didn't happen that way. So to me, family is more important than anything else. Yep, more important than anything. You know, but God bless your family, Kevin. I appreciate it. You know, every time you all would hire me to do a gig, I would be like, I would do it for free if I didn't need the money. And it ain't me that needs the money, it's to pay the bills. But I appreciate you guys and the outside family, the other people that would hire me through you guys. Your recommendations have meant so much to me over the years. What's the guy's name? Mr. Nathan. I did his last wedding reception, I think it was, and I remember him coming to my office, and he was working on his third marriage at the time. I said, okay. He said, you want to know why I'm getting married? I said, yes, please tell me. He said, the first time because I had to. The second time because um, for convenient reasons. Harold Nathan, yep. And he said, the third time, this time, he said, for my life. I said, for your life? He said, yeah, I don't want to die alone. And they said, when you're in a relationship, if you're in a married, committed relationship, it adds years onto your life. And I believe that. Had my father had lived, my mother would have lived longer. They would have been neck and neck, hitting 100. I believe that. I truly believe that. And the fact that all she did was talk about him. Old dude, old dude. She couldn't wait to see old dude again. Straight off the 45. Nancy Wilson, by request. Yours right as rain, right here on Bedtime Stories. Going out to Miss Delicious, aka the Blow Up Doll. She loves that song, and I love it too. I love the arrangement. I keep saying this all the time. I love the arrangement of that song, which was done by a gentleman by the name of Gene Page. Gene was the arranger for a lot of songs by Barry White, He also did the arrangement for Philadelphia Freedom for Sir Elton John. And those strings, boy, I tell you, those strings, that string arrangement, right up there with Tom Bell and all the rest of them. Yours Right as Rain from Nancy Wilson, right here on Bedtime Stories. Hello to my brother from another mother, Kevin Worley. Thanks for checking in. And of course, his entire family, which is my second family. Here's Marlena Shaw. Woo! Y'all gonna have me up here crying. Yep, y'all gonna have me in tears. Not tears, but tears. It's terrible, in the words of Charles Barkley. It's terrible. Mm-mm. But like I was saying, it's a whole family thing with me these days. Before it was like, oh, sworn to fun, loyal to none. And you never know what you have until it's gone. And I'm talking about my mom and my dad. You never know what you have till it's gone. My dad would give me the shirt off his back once he was tired of wearing it. He would give it to me. So, yeah. Back in the day, he had some shoes, boy. He had a shoe collection out of this world. I just wished that my feet were that small. My feet a little bit bigger than his were, but he had some shoes and some coats and everything else. I think I had one coat of his, and that was it. Lady G is back, but when I was a kid, I never dreamed of not having my parents around. I never dreamed that. Like I said, I thought they would live to be 100, and that they would always be around. They would always, be in my life. They're still in my life, but they're in my heart. They're in my head. They're in my thoughts. And, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about my mom. I was a mama's boy. And I think that I have a lot of her traits, a lot of her qualities. I have some of Dad's ways too. Don't get me wrong. But I think I have a lot of her in me. Compassionate, loving. She was always hugging us. She was always hugging us. I remember going on a field trip. This is some years back. I was, maybe 10, 11 years old. And I saw the worst thing that I'd ever seen in my life. I saw a young man, a little boy, and he was deformed. It looked like somebody had taken his head and just smashed it in. and he had hearing aids on both ears. And this disturbed me so much, and I described it to my mother when I came back from off the field trip. And it was like the worst thing that I'd ever seen in my life. And I used to have nightmares about it. I'm like, oh Lord, don't ever let my kids be like that. Please, bless my children to be healthy and happy and not deformed. And, none of my kids, none of my grandkids, no deformities. And I thank God for that, because like I said, I just, you know, just prayed that that would never happen. I was like, oh my goodness, you know, it 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 looked like something out of a horror movie, you know, just took his head and just smashed it in. And I was like, oh Lord. But once again, like I said, I prayed that my children would never have any deformities, and they haven't. You know, I have handsome sons and beautiful daughters, and granddaughters and grandsons. So everybody cute. Mm-mm. Woo! Almost done. Gotta run. Woo! And it's back to work tomorrow. Woohoo! Back to VON in the morning, which is cool because I don't have to be there till 11. So, I get a pretty good nap between midnight and 9:30. So, yep, get up at 9:30. Most people are already at work when I get up. And most people are getting up to go to work when I'm at work coming home. So, yeah. Mm-mm. Ooh, time is flying tonight. Ooh. 14 more minutes and I'm out of here. Well, I might as well start saying my goodbyes now. Thank you, um, Lady G, Kevin Worley, my daughter Brianna, my wife Kimberly, even Swiss Chocolate, who checked in early. That's all right. Thought she had forgotten about me. You know, most people do once they kick you out, they forget about you. What's going on, sir? Mr. Hawkins, how are you, sir? Good evening. Yes, sir. Stephanie Mills. I feel good all over. Yes, I do. I rub myself down with some baby oil. I feel good all over. I know, too much information, right? Channel Greer, this is Bedtime Stories. Winding it down, I got a friend request from whom I thought was Stephanie Mills, which really wasn't Stephanie Mills, but I was so elated. I thought, is this really Stephanie Mills hitting me up? And of course, it was a scam. They asked me that I have some kind of app or whatever. I'm like, no, I don't have no app. You know, in other words, they were trying, this person was trying to hustle me. I'm like, what? You know, if you want to see some pictures of me in different positions, I'm like, I don't want to see Stephanie Mills in no positions. No anime. I don't get down like that. I only have a few pictures in my phone that are pictures of people who don't have clothes on. And all those young ladies in there, they all have my last name. All those pictures. They're of the same person, if you know what I mean. You're the Stylistics. Break up to make up, right here on Bedtime Stories. Hey, Linro, I see you. Mm-mm. With you now, tell me. Mm-mm. You said, too much information. I know. Break up to make up. Good night, Ken Watlington. Thanks for checking in as always. I appreciate you, man. Lynn said, too much information. We have got to get together. Thank you so much, Ken. As always, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Yep, Ken, you do the same. Have a blessed week, man. Enjoy your weekend. Well, at least I didn't fall asleep tonight like I did a couple of weeks ago. That was, whoo, that was ugly, I tell you. Wait for you. Blue magic, the magic of the blue. Working and not sleeping much. Yeah, well, my schedule is so jacked up. It's like Monday and Tuesday, I'm at VON overnight. Wednesday I'm off. Thursday and Friday I'm there in the morning. Thursday I go to my other job, leaving WVON. So it's up and down. It's a crazy schedule, which is why, you know, I appear so loopy sometimes. 2 nights, 2 days, overnights. It's crazy. But I like what I do. I do what I like. I get paid well, and that's it. What can I say? Now, that's how you end the show. Blue Magic and Chasing Rainbows right here on Bedtime Stories. Thank you so much for staying up with me. To Lady G, Lynn Rowe, Kevin Worley, to my daughter Brianna, my wife, Kimberly Ann Greer. Yeah, got to say the whole thing. And just everybody. Ken Watlington, Captain Daryl Owens, who was in earlier. Angie Watkins, Angie Jones, my cousin Sonia, Klingon Farrell Hawkins. That's his whole name. Rosalind Moore, what's up, cuz? Keith D, Mary Taylor. Did I forget anybody? Oh, Regina Rice, George Henderson, Leah Shores, Sheila Forrest, as always. Elder Samuel Hogan. I didn't know he was on the line, too. Linda Collins Troop, Donna Lynn Biggs, whom, of course, you can hear every Monday and every Saturday here on BiggsRadio.com. Daryl Gregg, Lisa Miller, and a host of others. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night, Miss Delicious. Yes, I will take my vitamins. Absolutely. Oh, and I almost forgot our sponsors. We love you. Metro by T-Mobile. Metro by T-Mobile. They should have been the first ones that I mentioned, Thank you, Ken. I will do that, my brother. Once again, thank you guys. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Be safe. Remember, 6 feet away or 6 feet under. Peace out.